Next up, Drew Dober taking on Ricky Glenn. This feels like a potential banana peel fight. If you ask me who's the better fighter, it's Drew Dober. I think he's a more effective fighter. He's got good power in his hands. But Ricky Glenn, he's a guy that's kind of awkward. He gave Grant Dawson one of his most difficult fights in the UFC. Grant Dawson has won every UFC fight except for one draw. It was with Ricky Glenn, and I bet Ricky Glenn plus 400 in that spot. So the problem for me here is both of these guys are coming off a KO1, but one guy's being priced like a lock to win the fight, 80%. I do think of this fight as Dober should win the fight. He should have opportunities to knock out Ricky Glenn. I think Ricky Glenn keeps his chin up in the air. I think he's pretty susceptible to getting hit at this stage of his career, but he's also a guy that could start to unload on you if it gets later in the fight. We've seen Terrence McKinney almost knock out Drew Dober in the first round. We've seen a lot of guys now put Drew Dober in dangerous positions in the first round. So at these huge favorite indications, I can't get to the well with Drew Dober here. What I'm more inclined to get to, Rich, is the under. I feel like both of these guys, maybe they come out gun shy because they've been knocked out in their last fight. I've never seen Drew Dober look gun shy in his life. He comes out trying to throw, for life and death. And when he was getting beat up by Bobby Green, he still was able to find that kill shot. So I feel like in this fight, he's going to be the one pressuring, coming forward, trying to enforce that on Ricky Glenn. And Ricky Glenn might knock him out by accident, but if not, I feel like he's probably going to get finished at some point in this fight. So I'm leaning towards the under here, Rich. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Ricky Glenn knocking him out by accident is low percentage, man. I think Dober probably finishes him early. The injuries have been piling up for Glenn for a while. Per his Instagram, he's just out walking and hiking and bullshitting about, not really training. I didn't like his response to his loss in his last fight. He was like, meh, shit happens. I think he's been there, done that, seen it in his career, and he's on the tail end of it now, showing up for a check, man. So I think Dober gets it done in 2 rounds, man. Probably round 1. Nothing too deep to say on this fight. I think Dober gets it done, man.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I won't be parlaying it up, but I think Dober gets the win here. He should. And it seems like they're trying to do him a favor. They gave him that Matt Frevola spot. I thought Frevola was going to take him down and submit him, but instead Frevola was like, hold this for me, and just put a right hand through his chin. So let's see if Dober can respond here. I think he can.
Yeah, Dober's great for the market, man, for the women market, getting them all wet. Good looking guy, man.
He is a handsome fellow. And the other thing, he's got a fun fighting style. I don't know if anybody dislikes Drew Dober. He just seems like a really likable guy, comes forward, puts on scraps, and humble in victory or defeat. So Drew Dober for the win, man. Cool guy.